It worked.
I think it worked. We're
Ah,
live.
hi. It worked.
Yes. Awesome. Hi, everybody.
Hi, everyone. I'm
So,
Ian.
I wanted to just take 2 seconds just to do quick introductions, Ian, if you're okay with that.
Yeah, go for it.
So, I'm Nick Lujan, Global Director of Artistry and Education for Kevin Aucoin Beauty. And you guys are tuned in to Kevin Aucoin Live today with my friend Ian.
Hey. So
Ian,
nice to see you.
it's so good to see you. I know we're so far apart, but yet so close. It feels good to be connected on live.
I know. I feel like everyone is really using social media in the best ways these days. So I'm so happy that we're here today and everyone's tuning in.
Me too. I think like now is the time to be creative more than ever,
Totally.
especially with like the weight or the gravity or the energy that's happening with everything in the world right now with this. We're all stuck at home, and I'm sure that there's a lot of negative or painful feelings going on. So to be able to like step away from that for a brief moment of the day and just play in makeup and talk with people is really a great way to stay positive and stay motivated, right?
I agree. I'm excited to learn some more tricks from you today, and maybe I'll teach you something
Yes.
too.
I'm excited. Teach me everything. You know, as an artist, for both of us and for all my friends, your work is never done when it comes to education. You're always having to step up the game and pick up tips and tricks from other people. So it's really great that we have now a platform to do this live in front of an audience. Before we get started, I know you've already prepped your skin a little bit, and you've done a little bit of foundation. So he's one
Yes.
step ahead of me. I've done my skincare. If you want to know what I used for skincare, I use the Eve Lom brand. You can go to my Instagram, which is at nicklujan_artistry. I did like a little pregame there with my skincare routine, and I'm going to just pop on some of the new skin tint that's just launched. You haven't seen this yet. Have you seen this
Oh,
yet?
I
It's
don't think so. Unless I
it's
got a
new.
sneak preview somehow. I'm not sure.
I don't think I shared this
I
with you because it was still like hot off the presses
wait,
when I came
I
out.
was prepping my skin, so I missed your skincare pregame. But I I don't know if you use this, but I absolutely love the Eve Lom toner.
Yeah.
I know we've talked about that before, but I used that this morning as well. So we're twinning.
We are twinning. I use the toner too. I used it on camera. It's like the best because it's alcohol free. It doesn't irritate your skin at all. Just
So
kind of,
are you showing us a sneak peek of a product that's coming
I'm
out, or?
working like a crazy person. I'm not even talking to you about what I'm doing. So I'm applying a new product. It launched yesterday, exclusive to Bluemercury. So you can get it at bluemercury.com. It's called Stripped Nude Skin Tint. So nice and nude. You can still see my skin through it. Just gives a tiny bit of coverage. And it
Gorgeous.
helps to smooth down pores and texture and all of those things. So I like my complexion super glowy. How do you like your complexion, Ian?
I do too. I think when I was younger, I thought that any sort of shine was bad, but I naturally do have dry skin, so I embrace the hydration for sure. I love an oil,
Right.
and I prefer to, yeah, have some sort of radiance and glow. Not really into my skin being matte.
Right. So I like I'm almost 40 now. Don't tell anybody I said that out loud.
We won't tell
Almost I'm almost 40, so I feel like super dry all the time. I feel if I have extra radiance, extra glow, it keeps my skin feeling like fresh and not so textured or tight. So the more glow, the better for me. But you know, Kevin, as an artist, really believed in having that balance between glow and shine, unless the image or the story he was telling was super, super glowy. So he
Mhm.
was always telling stories through his makeup. When we go into complexion a little bit later and we do like contour and highlight and powder and all that stuff, we can talk about that, like where you like to place your highlight and how we like to blend it out. Um, so if you guys aren't already following, make sure you're following Ian at Ian M. Crum.
Eh,
Um, yes, he's got some great answers too. If you ever have questions about makeup and stuff, he's got some awesome tips and tricks. And then you guys can always follow me at nicklujan_artistry. So today we are live on Instagram with Ian M. Crum to chat makeup and share tips and tricks. So
yeah, I
let's,
think I'm excited. I ever since I don't know if anyone that's watching saw, but Nick showed me this amazing trick with the back of one of his metal brushes when he was doing my makeup the first time we met at Bloomingdale's, and I posted it, and it was, super a super helpful trick. I use it every day now.
Yes.
And I got so many DMs of people being like, oh, I never knew to do this. And so I'm excited to play with you more today and share with the Kevin Aquan in my community on here.
Awesome. We're so happy about it. So why don't we start there? So maybe instead of me talking about that tip and trick, since I've done it enough and it kind of went kind of crazy viral with you, why don't you teach it to us? Teach it back to me.
Sure. So like Nick said, I did a little skin prep. I have light foundation on and some under eye concealer, but I didn't do this trick because I did think maybe we would be doing it on camera. So I have, let's see, what brush do I have here? I actually have the dual end concealer brush.
Yes.
So it has a little metal part, and the trick is, like, I already have the product under my eye, but you know, we don't want creasing or any extra product there. So take the metal portion and you just roll like this. And I did go pretty light on the product, but I don't know if you'll see it. There's a little residue. So that trick just helps get rid of any excess product so it doesn't crease and looks even more flawless.
So I just did my concealer and I was watching you and talking. You got the technique down pat, sir. Like,
yeah.
Awesome. So there's a second part to the technique, which we'll do in just a second.
Oh, and you said it.
Yeah, you want to set it. So I'm going to do a little extra concealer so you guys can see it. We'll do it again, that tip and trick. So Ian's using the metal part, which is called the ferrule of the brush, to press and roll underneath the eye. So because it's metal, it's nice and cool. It's going to firm up the skin. It's also going to remove excess product. So if you're concerned about creasing, let me see all those hearts. Everybody press a ton of hearts if you hate that your concealer creases under your eyes. I want to see.
It really always would before I started doing this. So it's a great trick.
I feel like that's like a major tip for people. You know, when I teach on larger platforms, I'll teach like at a trade show or to a room full of makeup artists. There's all the hearts. I see I asked for it and they did it.
Yeah.
So we're going to go through this tip again. So Ian, like I said, was using the middle part of his brush. I'm going to show you with the back of a lip brush. So any lip brush that you guys have at home, if it's metal, even better because it's cold, it tightens up the skin. You want to press and roll your concealer after you apply it, just to pick up excess product. And then if there's any leftover product on there, you wipe it on a tissue. I don't have excess product because I'm using the Etherealist concealer, which is self-setting, so it really doesn't travel, but that helps to firm up that area. So next we'll do powder. Do you have a loose powder with you or a pressed powder somewhere?
I have a little, yes, I do.
Okay, awesome. So I'm going to use the Kevin Aquan loose powder. It comes in a package like this, which is super safe for travel because it has a little trap door. It won't make a mess. I'm going to sprinkle some onto my palette. What are you going to use?
I am going to use, actually, I don't have that exact loose powder, but can I use something from my other Kevin Aquan book that we're using later, or no?
No, I would avoid that, but no worries.
Yeah, I normally don't set with powder.
Right, you don't need it because you're young and fresh.
Yeah.
I'm a little more mature, so I need to have that thin layer of powder under my eyes. So I'm going to take this next step.
I'll just watch and give extra commentary while you're applying.
Yes, please. Okay.
Ooh. Love it.
So you notice like the action is more of that press and roll instead of swiping and buffing.
Mm-hmm.
So my brush is rolling that powder into place. That's really important because when you press really hard or do a buffing motion, you stretch the skin and you create more texture.
Yeah, and you want to be gentle because the skin is delicate around your eyes.
Yeah, it's the thinnest that it is anywhere on your body is your eyes. Did you know that?
I did. It's really, you have to be gentle. Always tap and don't pull.
So I'm going to do just a thin layer of powder, just because I'm really shiny. So I'm going to press and roll the same powder over certain areas of the face. And then we're going to go straight into, what did I have in our list? I have a little list right here, guys, just because I'll go off topic so easy. Consider we did. Oh, you were going to teach us some brows next.
Yes. So, if I have like -5 minutes to get out of the house, I'm always gonna do my brow. It's like my go-to. So all I did was brush them up a little bit this morning because I knew we were doing this video. So
Yes.
I always just start by brushing the hairs up, and then I'm going to take the Precision Brow Pencil. I love this product, and just twist it up. So I feel like I'm probably the opposite of a lot. A lot of people try to arch their brows. I definitely like to do a super sultry brow because I want my eyes to like look more sultry. So instead of adding more arch, I try to make them look just a little bit more linear than they are. Kind of like maybe like a little like wing out, like the Bella Hadid look.
Yeah.
But so I always start at the bottom of my brow, and I just fill in the teeny little patches that are kind of like obvious where I would need some more hair. So just sort of, I don't want to make a harsh line, but I just do those little patches, and then I will take the same brow comb and just kind of swipe that product up to distribute the color throughout the top of the brow, because I don't want to make them look harsh. I just want to like help fill in that line.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do that to the other side as well.
Is there a reason why you work like side by side for each step?
In terms of go to the brow and that brow?
Yeah.
I feel like if I micro focus on one brow, then it's easy to maybe like over apply the product or start creating the wrong shape. So I like to go back and forth as I'm like, and just kind of do like micro applications to kind of stop myself from like creating too hard of a streak or applying more product than I really want to.
I think that's an excellent tip, because I think a lot of people make like one perfect eyebrow or one perfect eyeshadow
and
try to
like, how do I
copy it.
mimic it? Yeah.
How do I get it right on the other side? It's impossible.
And
so, like, that's a good tip.
Eyebrows are siblings, they're, we like to make them I like to make them symmetrical, but I don't obsess with making them like try to be super identical, because they naturally are slightly different. So
Right.
I make them more symmetrical, but I don't obsess over like,
Right.
It's
not going to be like robotic or something, or like the perfect.
Exactly.
Sisters, not twins.
That's the word I was trying to find, was robotic. I don't want to like make them look too streaked on. Yeah.
Which I think is right on point, because like Kevin O'Quan was a believer that you should embrace yourself, and the things that are about you that you don't necessarily love are the things that set you apart from everybody else. So that's like kind of cool. Your brows are separate. They're sisters, or they're neighbors. They're not twins.
Totally. Beauty belongs to the brave. I love that tagline.
Isn't that awesome? Did you get to see the documentary at all?
I did. Well, we had discussed, I had seen the other one, and I watched the one on Hulu this week, and I realized I watched it twice. I confused myself, so I had watched both of them before, and then I rewatched that one.
That's so good. Okay.
Yeah. So I've seen them 3 times.
I love that. And you're probably into it every time. You don't even step away from the screen. It's hard to tear your eyes away because they're so good.
Totally. And I feel like there's so many celebrity appearances and like people saying such fun facts that each time you watch it, you pull something else out, because, you're bound to miss something if you only watch it once.
Right.
But yeah, his story's so inspirational, and just like the plethora of amazing, like empowering women that he worked with. It's really cool. It's a great documentary.
Yeah, I know. We all wish that. I think I was just reading the comments a little bit. It's kind of harder to see the comments when we do a joint live.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to
really
see
condensed.
them too. You kind of have to tap it and scroll up, and then they'll
Oh, but then I miss your beautiful face.
I know it covers it, but
You do the same things with eyeshadow, Ian. Do you work side to side, one step at a time when you're doing eyeshadow? Yeah.
I think I do that with all my applications, with my whole face. I'll like always bounce back and forth a lot.
Right. Which color are you using?
That's a great question. I actually need to look. Brunette. I'm
using the same one. Like, it's hard to read because my camera is backwards because I'm in selfie mode. But
wait, it's small.
It's really small, but brunette is like the number one selling shade. It works for everybody. You can apply it like really firm with a lot of pressure to get a lot of payoff, or you can do it like Ian and I are doing it really sheer. So we're both wearing the same color, but look how it looks on me versus on Ian.
Yeah, so after I do that first kind of step where I brush it, then I go and I try to add just a few stronger hair strokes. That the first step kind of just like adds a little like color. It's almost like treating it like powder because I brush it through, and then I'll go in like kind of here and do like a few stronger brush. It's kind of hard on this small screen, but
I know, it's really tiny. I'm lucky I have a little mirror right behind, so I'm seeing like double vision of myself right now.
if I
Someone
stroke,
asked what, oh yes, Lily, the best color ever. Thank you for saying that, because like, if you haven't experienced his pencils, they're like the first generation of these types of pencils. I call them like microblading technique, where you draw in one hair at a time, right? So it's a more natural result. Someone's asking where you can get Kevyn Aucoin makeup. You can get Kevyn Aucoin makeup at Space NK. You can get it at Bluemercury's, Select Doors, or online. Also Sephora.com and SpaceNK.com. So those are like our main hubs for Kevyn Aucoin. And then if you ever have questions on colors and things like that, you can always DM us and we'll come back at you. Someone asked us what's the name of the documentary on Hulu. It's called Larger Than Life, the Kevyn Aucoin story. And it's so amazing. It like sucks you in. Like I've seen it over and over on repeat since I started working here, and I'm obsessed with watching it because I feel like it puts me in the right mood for the week. So it's a good Monday starter for me.
Yeah.
So how are we doing?
I'm loving it. Your eyebrows look great. I actually have another mirror here. I'm just checking to make sure I didn't like stroke a little too high, but
I know I went a little too long. I went a little longer than I'm used to on my brows, so I'm going to take some of this off.
You did?
Yeah.
Where do you like your brows to stop?
So I like to, if I follow the measurements, it should end right where this brush is. So like measuring it through the side of the nose and the corner of the eye. But yeah. I stop a little bit short.
Okay.
Just because I'm just weird that way.
I normally actually try to make mine just the teeniest bit longer. So I'll like, not longer than that app, but I'll like kind of, this screen really is hard on the small.
Your technique is really good. I can see each little brush stroke that you do. That's important.
So I just make it a teeny bit longer, that kind of like winged out.
Right.
So, cool. Your brows look great.
Thanks. So do you. Look amazing. So why don't we go into a little sculpting now? So just
yes, I'm dying to know the sculpting techniques, and let's chisel the face a bit.
Let's do it. So we have options. Since you don't have powder, you can do cream maybe. That's probably a good option.
Okay.
Because like if here's the book we're using, guys. We're using the sculpting book #2, the contour book from Kevin. His looks much nicer than mine, but I use the hell out of mine. I use it every single day. So you get two creams.
One's fresh.
And and you get 2 powders. He's got the fresh one. So I like to work hygienically because I use my book on other people. You don't have to do that because that's your book. So it's up to you. I'm going to take a little bit of that cream sculpting color and put that on the back of my hand. And then I'm going to take a little bit of the highlighter that's cream and put that on the back of my hand also. So contour book #2, right here. I've got the highlighter and I've got the contour. You guys can see my mermaid tail.
And this is what it looks like in a fresh palette.
Yes. So let's start with the highlighter. You can use your brush or you can use your finger.
I'm going to use, you know what? Since I work side to side, I'm going to use my brush on one side and my finger on the other one and see how I'm liking the application better.
Awesome. Let's do it. I'm going to use my fingers.
So we're using the
highlighter first.
The Candlelit Cream?
Yes, Candlelight Cream. That's the one.
Candlelight Cream.
Okay. And you want to look at your face, look at your bone structure, and decide where you want to bring forward the most, the areas that you want to bring forward. And that's in Kevyn Aucoin's book called Making Faces, page 23. You'll learn all about highlight and contour. Highlight makes things bigger, contour makes things smaller. So what do you want to make bigger on your face?
I always like to highlight the top of my cheekbones.
Yes. How do you find that place for you?
Where, you mean in terms of where to place the highlighter?
Mm-hmm.
So, I've definitely been guilty of getting it too close to my eye. I think that's like a tricky spot. But I do have like more of a round face. So I like to make like kind of here pop. So it makes my cheeks not look as round. And that's why we're contouring. But I normally put highlight kind of right here.
Awesome. So I do something similar, but I cheat. I'll move my face to different angles and see how the light reflects off of my cheekbone right here.
Totally.
That is where I placed my glass glow earlier, but I'm also going to place a little bit of this highlighter from the palette right there. I'll use my middle finger to apply the point of light, and then I'll use my ring finger just to kind of blend it out around the edges.
Mm. I think I do the opposite naturally. I think I use my ring finger and then I blend with my middle. That's funny.
Oh yeah, either one works. But I think finding that placement is really important, because otherwise if you get highlighter from here all the way to here, it can be really distracting. It can make you look really big in this portion of the face too.
So where does your highlighter normally stop?
I usually stop before the iris of the eye.
Yeah.
And then here I'll pull out, but not too much.
I think I stop, yeah, kind of like right. I just actually stop at the corner of my eye.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. So varying techniques, but it all works. I like a little highlighter down the bridge of my nose too, because I have a thin nose and my eyes look close together. So putting a little bit, well, it's like put some distance there.
You know what? I'm just going to keep using my finger on the other side. I'm having fun like this.
Yeah, the finger's easy. Give him the finger. I'm going to take a little sculpt next. And I'm going to use my fingers for this too. And you can, like, sponges are great for this as well. Or foundation brushes.
I think I'm going to use the brush for the
contour. Okay.
Yeah.
So with the brush, you want to dip it in the product a little bit and work it in the brush on the back of your hand before you apply it to your face.
Okay.
Because if you just dip in product and then take the brush right to your face, you're going to get a dark spot. With a lot of product, it's hard for blending out. So I'm going to use my finger. Start in the area where you want the most concentration of color, whether it's here or here. And then from there, you'll blend it out.
Okay.
The creams are really, really awesome because you have a lot of playtime with it. I'm going to switch to a foundation brush because my fingers weren't doing the trick. They were great for applying my point of intensity, but not for blending.
I always love applying it at my hairline because I like to make my hairline look like it is deeper set on my face than it actually is.
Right. Same. I have like a big forehead, and the older I get, the bigger it gets. So I'm trying to just blend it out right through here. Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us. So we're so excited. We're here with Ian M. Crum today, and we're doing tips and tricks for makeup. He's one of my friends. We've met a while back at Bergdorf's. I did his makeup, and we just kind of hit it off. We've shared lots of tips and tricks over the past few months.
I immediately requested to hang out after he did my makeup. I was like, I feel so confident, and I looked amazing. He did like the coolest eyeliner on me, and I just went to my meeting after the makeup application and felt amazing. So I'm so glad that we're friends and we're having so much fun today, you know.
That makes
playing
me feel
with
so
this
good.
sculpting palette.
Sculpting palette, yeah, we're using the sculpting book #2. We've already done our highlight, so both of us showed our techniques for highlighting the cheekbones and like maybe a little bit through the center, and now we're going into contouring. So he's using his brush. I was using my finger to place and then using the brush to buff it out. So we started like further back and then blended it out from there.
So Nick, I have a question.
Yes.
So as you know, I sometimes have facial hair and sometimes I don't. I normally always have a mustache, but you have facial hair. So how do you find, even with foundation, do you have any like recommendations or techniques? I know you're applying with a brush now, but I've noticed sometimes like product could get cakey, and I've actually been asked that by a lot of people on how to efficiently blend makeup if you also do have facial hair, because sometimes then you have like this like awkward line on your face.
So my tip for that would be to just start to blend your product into your beard or your facial hair also, just so that you get that seamless transition, and it'll push the product underneath the hair towards the root, and then afterwards go through with a comb, like a lash comb or a hairbrush, a beard brush, to remove that makeup from the hair so that the hair doesn't look gray or ashy. But yeah, I'll apply it right in the hair, just like ignore the hair, and then after that I'll clean it up. I do the same thing with brows too. Like if I get foundation in my brows, I'm not too worried about it. I'll wipe it off before I go to fill in the eyebrow.
Smart.
that makes a difference. Oh, thank you guys. So you'll see him, he's applying his point of intensity right now. Then he's going to clean his brush. You can actually match both sides if you want to, because you have plenty of playtime with the cream. And then clean your brush on like a tissue, and then you'll use the same brush to buff it out. That's the perfect amount of product. Yeah. Hi, Brandy. Hi, everybody. So yeah, you can use a little more pressure because it's a cream and you're using a softer brush. You can apply with a tiny bit more pressure. The more pressure you apply, the more color payoff you're going to get. That looks great. Awesome.
Oh, I love cream. I feel like I used this palette a bit, but I've experimented more with powder contour, so I'm glad we're doing this today. I think maybe I normally don't press hard enough when I'm blending.
Right. There you go. Let's see. Do one side and then the other, and we'll check you out. Yes. Yes. Serving it. I think with your hairline up here, right where it meets the actual hair, you want to push it into the hair a little bit more. There you go. I see this a lot with my clients, especially people that love highlight and contour, is they won't get past that first row of hairs, and then you'll see that like little white line in the scalp.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm working with like a bride or an editorial shoot, I'll actually pull that front row of hair forward before she goes to the hair people and apply bronzer in there or just a little bit of color. And then when they do their hair, they can slick it however they want. And you don't have to worry about it. This is looking great. Awesome.
Do you apply it anywhere else?
The contour. So for you, we've done the cheeks, we've done the forehead. You can do a little bit on the sides of the nose if you want to, but it's not necessary because looking at your nose right now, your natural shadows are really good.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you wanted to sculpt the jawbone, maybe right here a little bit, you can.
Yeah, maybe
I won't do it on myself because of the beard, but start behind your ear. That's where your dark color goes first. And then from there, stretch it over the bone.
Here?
Yes. Oh, you got a compliment on your contour, babe.
Ooh, thank you.
Laura says it looks great. Yes,
thanks,
just like
Laura.
that.
It's so hard to see
the comments, yeah.
The comments, like you said.
What about when you're blonde? So I do the same thing. Even if someone's blonde, I'll pull that hair forward and do a little bit of color in there. And then afterwards, when we're combing through, we'll take off some of that makeup if we need to with like a mascara wand. I try to avoid getting it in the hair. It's really about getting down into the root. So you can use a smaller brush to get into the root of the hair, like something like this, like the Duet Concealer brush.
How far forward do you normally come?
So for your shape, when you do this,
mm-hmm.
You've got a nice square jawline, which is very masculine, but to soften it up, it's really focusing the color over this part, the mandible. I wouldn't pull it all the way to the chin. You want that chin nice and long and highlighted, and that's going to start to create that illusion that you have like a longer face or a stretched out face. So when it comes to highlighting and contouring for more of a round or square face shape, you're focusing all your highlight through the center, pulling out this way, and you're focusing all your contour on the corners of the face. This is looking good. Don't forget to pull some down into your neck too. Oh, thanks guys. So in the contour book, this is number 2. You get a cream and a highlight. So this cream will not work for deeper skin tones, but you can use it as like a base or a crease color. And then we've got these other shades at the bottom. I use this a lot for sculpting for deeper skin tones. So now that we've done cream, we can do a little bit of powder to make it stronger if we want to, but I think it looks pretty good right there. You're pretty natural.
Yeah, I'm happy with this. It's a natural contour.
Okay, so that was our contour tips and tricks, guys. We're going to spend a little bit more time before we sign off. We can do...
Should we do a little eye?
Let's do a quick eye. Why not? So I want to do just a natural quick eyeshadow with this book. And then Ian's going to walk us through a little, maybe a fun eyeliner using the same book. Is that okay?
Let's do it.
Okay. So we're going to take a little bit of the sculpting shade, which is this one, the powder one, and maybe a drop of the cool tan. Mix those two together. And then with the brush, before you apply it to your eye, work it inside the bristles. This is going to be really key. Work it on the back of your hand or onto a palette inside the brush. That way you don't get fallout. Because it's forcing the product deep inside the brush. You don't have to worry about falling down and making that ugly mess down under here.
Okay.
Once you've got it worked into the brush, we're going to start in this outer corner with the eye open. Place your brush there, and then start to stretch your color into your crease. And the crease is the place between the eyeball and the bone. So if you touch your eye, you'll feel bone, nothing eyeball. And you have to do this with the eye open. If you try to do it with your eyes closed, it's never going to land in the right spot. And then just kind of use your brush to buff it out. Now, if you need extra color, if you want to go stronger, on the back of your hand, you already have some. You can pick up a little bit more and do the same. And this is just like Kevin's technique for a classically contoured eye. If you look at his book, it's I think page number 30 or like 28 in Making Faces, where he talks about the classic eye. There's this beautiful picture of Julia Roberts, but he's doing it with darker colors, more contrast. We're keeping it simple today. How does it look?
I love it.
Yes. Stretch in. Aim towards that little portion of the brow right here, the head of the brow. Yeah,
Okay.
that's it. Awesome.
Yeah.
Not too far in though, because both of us have a natural shadow here. We don't want to make that any more intense. That looks good. So let's do the other side.
Okay.
Mix those colors, start in the outer corner.
How this sculpting book is.
It's like my everything. I know when we did it at Bergdorf's, we did every single shade in there, and we had a good time. So just classically contour the
Guys,
eye.
send us hearts if you've tried this sculpting palette before.
Oh, that's a good one. So if you guys have tried Contour Book Volume 2 before, send us some nice hearts. We want to see. And if not, we can tell you where to get it. I'm going to go a little bit stronger. I'm going to add one more layer on both sides.
I think
I'm getting a little bit darker on this side than the other, so I want to balance it out. And you'll see us both. We're working side to side on eye for each step because we want to create symmetry. There's all those hearts. Okay. So people do have the book.
Have tried it.
They've tried it. You can find the book online at kevinoquanbeauty.com or any of our other retailers on their websites, Space and K or Blue Mercury. And then when you buy your book, if you have any questions on how to use it or anything, feel free to DM me. My Instagram is Nick Lujan_artistry. Maybe someone can put it in there for us. Nick Lujan_artistry so that people can find it. And put Ian's up there too, guys. Thank you. Okay, so clean brush. I'm just going to wipe my brush on a tissue.
Okay, perfect.
And then use the same brush to blend it out. Softening my edges. And then you can always go more intense. And that's pretty much it for this look, keeping it simple. If you want to pop a little highlight from the book up there, you can. We've got Candlelight Powder. I'm going to take a little bit on my clean brush and pop it under my arch. When you put highlight under the arch of the brow, it makes the eyebrow arch look higher. Now, if you don't want a higher arch of the brow, you can just go slightly to the side of it and just blend it more downward instead of up.
Okay. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do it more on the edge.
Yes. That's definitely more in line with your style of makeup. Someone's asking for more live so that we can learn again. Absolutely. We're gonna save this today on Instagram so you guys can watch it again.
This is the first joint live, right?
Yeah, this is it. I've never done one before, so we're going to keep going for it. This is the Duet Concealer Brush from Kevyn Aucoin. It's got two sides, one for precision and one for blending, everybody. I just had that question pop up. Oh, Lily loves Candlelight. I love Candlelight. I use it all the time. So I'm going to take a little bit of Candlelight on my eyelids too.
Ooh, I'm going to do that.
Just to make the eyelids look a little bigger, a little more open. So if you guys love what we did today with Ian, on Monday I'm going to do a full tutorial with my friend Allison too. She works with me at the office, and I thought it'd be fun to do like male grooming on one day and then everything else on the other. So we'll keep going with this. So Monday, tune in again at noon. Good. You know what's missing?
What's missing? Eyeliner.
A little bit of eyeliner. Yep.
Just blend this a little bit.
Yes. Looking good. You're so glowy. I love the highlight on you. Oh, thank you, Kimberly.
So let's do a little eyeliner, right?
Yeah, we'll do eyeliner, and
we can use the same book.
Let's do it. Why not?
Right?
All in one. Everything in one spot, guys. One shot.
So what color do you normally use? The maybe like the Rudy Earth?
Oh yeah, Ready Earth would be good. That's like this deep, like beautiful burgundy brown, and a tiny brush. Go for it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna follow your lead on this.
Okay. I love a under eye eyeliner. I'm just going to tap it. I'm tapping it in the palette, guys.
Okay.
And then making sure I don't get it all up in my hand.
Yes.
And okay, let's see. So I normally start on the outside of my eye.
Okay.
I don't know if you normally start on the inside, but I normally start here, and because I feel like when I first apply the product, it's more product, and then I like to strike over because it's like less product as you're striking over.
That's perfect. So he's got his point of intensity on the outer corner like this, and then he's stretching the color.
Yeah.
I like that. This is a great color.
Love it. It is definitely a skill to apply makeup on Instagram Live because
Yeah.
this screen is so small. I love it.
Let's see your face. Do your eyeliner face.
My eyeliner face?
Everyone always does that. They like open their mouth while they're applying. Yeah.
See the difference?
Oh my gosh, it's like night and day. That's great. We got daytime, playtime.
Daytime, playtime. And I like to just have it kind of wing out just a teeny bit on the bottom.
Because of my eye shape, my eyes are turned down in the outer corner. I'm doing the same thing, but I'm making mine a little more lifted. I'm going a little more towards Joan Rivers. Right up here. Yes. Yeah. Oh my God, I look tired. Thank God it's Friday.
Oh, I love the new glow. What's the new product called again?
The new colors of Glass Glow.
Yes.
Yes, they're amazing. So I talked about these on my Instagram this morning. We've got 3 new shades of Glass Glow Skin, everybody. We've got Pixie Dream, we've got Solar Quartz, and we've got Cosmic Flame. They're all amazing for any skin tone. You can wear any of these shades.
Wait, that Cosmic Flame is wow.
Isn't that awesome? Look how it reflects different colors.
Ooh.
So we got to send you some of these, Ian, so you can play with them.
You need to do a live and demo these for everyone.
Yes, we definitely will. We'll do that maybe on Monday with Allison. And if you're interested, I did it today on my live on my personal Instagram.
I was so busy prepping for and making sure I was ready for this. I missed it. I'm gonna go watch it.
No worries.
I'm gonna go watch after this is over.
I know. I called your name out like a million times on it because I want everybody to come and see Ian. He's really cool.
You're so sweet.
So what have you been doing at home to keep yourself like positive and busy during this time?
I live in New York, but I came to, well, I'm kind of speaking to everyone watching now. You know this, but live in New York. From Central Pennsylvania, so I came here. It's been over 2 weeks already, to just kind of have more space and be with family during these interesting times. And I've been cooking. My first career aspiration was to be a chef.
That's
and I
awesome.
feel like I'm always running around in New York and don't take the time to make food for myself. So I've been, being very diligent with going to I'm not going to the grocery store a lot, but I'll go and like get a lot of food. And, last night I made a broccoli soup and my mom and I made homemade pasta the one day.
Oh my God, I saw that. It looks so amazing.
Thank you. And this weekend I'm making chocolate cupcakes. So I'm just kind of getting back to my cooking roots, and relaxing. So and doing lives like this.
That's so awesome. That's so
How about
good.
you?
I love it.
What if
I've been working my buns off. So I work from home. So my job is like part Instagram, but a lot of it is also developing other people and things like that. So I've been working from home every day, which is my motivation. I love to work. And then the other things I do is also cooking for sure. I love to cook. So I'm going to ask. Go ahead.
What have you been making? What kind of food have you been?
Oh my God. I made homemade pizza the other day.
You did?
I made my own crust. We made our own sauce. It was really good.
Oh,
I did not make my own cheese. I don't know how to do that. But we had a good time with that. It was a lot of fun. I'm going to ask you a few more questions because we're about done with our time. But hopefully you guys Loved our tutorials today and our tips and tricks. You can always watch it again on our Instagram, so make sure to follow us again. And then Monday, Thursdays, and Fridays at noon, we're going to continue a series of events for you guys. Send us your topics. So, okay, Ian, what is your power color? Now, this doesn't have to be a product. It's just what color is your favorite color? It makes you feel powerful, and why?
A deep like oxblood red. I love wearing not super heavy, but I love putting just like a really great red in the center of my mouth, and I think it just kind of like wakes my face up and I feel powerful, super confident. I think I have an obsession with also applying stuff to my lips and making them always feel hydrated. So that plays into it, but it's like a deep oxblood powerful red.
Awesome. So that was Kevin's favorite color too. He called it blood roses.
Blood roses.
We
Yeah.
have it in like lipsticks. So if anyone's interested in seeing what that, just go to the website and check it out. If you could ban one makeup trend right now, what would it be?
I think the overdone what we did, but in the Instagram version where the contour is like a streak and a blinding highlighter. I'm not really into that, where it's like crazy highlighter and like the contour. I just think it doesn't match.
It doesn't like look blended. Yeah, that's like stage makeup more than it is beauty makeup. I get that for sure. So that's like,
but that's pretty popular on Instagram now.
yeah, it's still popular. So if you, sorry, I'm gonna ask you another one. If you could have a desert island Kevin product or technique or something, what would it be?
Product, or it can be a product?
Yeah, like your survival product.
I think I maybe mentioned I did this once, but I love taking the glass glow and like putting it here, kind of like if I'm at the beach, like rubbing it kind of all over. So I would take a thing of glass glow.
Yeah, glass glow would be like one of my desert island products too. Like nourishes the skin, makes you look fabulous. I love glass glow. That's great.
Super easy, just kind of like put it everywhere you want a little extra shine.
I think we have like one more second, so one more question, and then I will bid you a beautiful day. On a positive note, what would you tell your younger self? Any advice that you would give?
Okay, if I was to go back in time, just, I think I've always been pretty confident, but like play with makeup. You're beautiful. Like no one else is gonna be. There's no other you in the world, and just embrace all the things that you want to do and want to be and go after it.
Yes, that's the best advice you can give your younger self. And it seems like you're doing that on your own now as an adult. So congratulations. And we're so thankful that you would take the time to spend with us today and play makeup.
Thank you for doing I'm like, love this book, and thank you for the tips. I can't wait to do this again. And thanks to everyone that tuned in to watch. It's so sweet. And I had the best time.
Yay, awesome. So everybody follow Ian at Ian M. Crum.
Yes.
Follow me at Nick Lujan _artistry. And until we see you next time, Monday at noon, tune in. Bye, guys. Bye, Ian. We'll see you soon. Bye.
Sounds good. Bye.